The present perfect tense is have lived. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to make it and how to use it. For example, I have lived in Boston. This is Boston, the lovely city, for 20 years. Don't worry, it's not complicated. You will have lots of homework in the shower. As we know, language is like music. You have to listen, listen, listen to the music, and then the language comes. So let's press the arrow and look at the present perfect tense. We're first going to look at the parts of a verb again, because we looked at it here. If this is new, go back to level 2, video 13. It's very, very important. So we have the simple form, the simple past, and the past participle. The simple form is talk. Do you remember we have an infinitive? For example, to talk. And you cross out the to and you have the simple form. If it's difficult for you, go back and look at the earlier videos. Make sure level 1 and 2 is strong before you start level 3. So simple form, simple past, and past participle. For the present perfect, we are going to use the past participle. But in the shower, do you remember in level 2, video 13, you had so many verbs that you had to study in the shower. Now you need the past participle. Jump, jumped, jumped. And you can go through the list of all the verbs. Work, worked, worked. It's for the shower. Study, studied, studied. Live, lived, lived. Go, went, gone. All for the shower. And the list is in level 2, video 13. You need to know it. You can memorize it or you can make sentences that have meaning to you. Let's review when we use these. Simple form, simple past, past participle. We use the simple form. The simple form, do you remember? To talk. To talk. And to get rid of the to make the simple present and to make the simple past. So they talk or he goes. There's the simple form. Oopsie, on the go. There it is. The simple form, third person singular, we add an S, or in this case, ES. Here, simple past, we have the simple form talk, and we add ED. This is review. If it is new or difficult, go back to the earlier levels. This is review. This is not new. So they talked. So they talk on the phone every day. That's when we use the simple present. My tongue today. He goes to Hawaii on vacation every year. Simple present. They talked to the teacher yesterday. Simple past. They went to Hawaii on vacation last year. Simple past. All review. So you use the simple form to form the simple present and the simple past. And the base of the past participle for regular verbs. So irregular verbs, as you'll remember, go, went, gone. You have to memorize in the shower. But this is the simple present, simple present, and simple past. That is review, just review. So I'm keeping them here to help you see the grammatical structure. So let's review this. Here's now, I'm now. Look at the simple past, I have to bend backwards, which is not so easy at my age, but we will look. They talked, simple past, to the teacher yesterday. Simple past. Simple past for a specific moment in the past. This is review. He went to Hawaii on vacation last year. Specific moment, here's now, last year. Specific moment in the past. It's finished. Okay, simple past. When do we use the present perfect? We use the present perfect for events that started in the past and continue until now. So on our timeline, I will show you. They start in the past and they continue. So think of bending back and they continue until now. Or we use the present perfect for events that started in the past, but we don't know when. They're in the past, but we don't know when. Don't worry. To make the present perfect, we use have plus the past participle. Do you remember the conjugation of to have? I have, you have, he, she, it has, we have, you have, they have. That is review. So, I have talked, for example. You have jumped, for example. He, she, it has, don't forget the S, worked, for example. We have studied. You have drunk. They have gone. That is how you make the present perfect. To have plus the past participle. That's the grammatical structure, and this is when we use it. I will show you many examples. Let's press the arrow and go to the next slide. So this is gray. We're not going to look at this example now. We're going to look at this. We use the present perfect for events that started in the past and continue until now. Here are the verbs. Let's look at an example. He has lived in Hawaii for 2 years. So now it's 2021. 2 years ago was 2019. So for 2 years, started in 2019 and continued until now. It started, here's now, it started in the past and continued until now. Now is 2021, 2 years. 2 years ago, 2019. He has lived in Hawaii from 2019 to now. And that's an example of how to use the present perfect. Let's look at another example. They have jumped on the trampoline for 2 hours. So now it's 10 o'clock. 2 hours ago was 8 o'clock. So he started to jump on the trampoline at 8 o'clock. He has jumped on the trampoline until now, 10 o'clock. Started in the past and continues till now. Started in the past, here's now. So 8 a.m. is 2 hours ago. Good thing I'm flexible. 8 a.m. is 2 hours ago. He started 2 hours ago at 8 a.m. and continues until now. The same for Hawaii. He started to live in Hawaii in 2019. He started 2 years ago and continues to now. So we use the present perfect. He has lived or they have jumped. Okay? Let's press the arrow. Another example. Don't worry, I will show you lots of examples. This is the same, just to help you. So work, worked, worked. I have worked at NESE for 30 years. That is true. So now we're in 2021. 30 years ago is 1991. I started to work at NESE in 1991. I have worked at NESE until now. Started in the past, continues until now. If you can do this, it's probably present perfect. Let's look at the other example. I have stood here making this video for you for 10 minutes. I started, it's now 10 a.m. It's now 10 a.m. 10 minutes ago was 9:50. I started to teach you today at 9:50. And I have stood, to stand, stand, stood, stood. I have stood here teaching you for 10 minutes. I have worked at NESE for 30 years. I have stood here for 10 minutes. Let's press the arrow and continue. If you need more time, you can press pause on the video. Let's press the arrow. We use for. He has lived in Hawaii for 2 years. We use for the length of time. How long? The length of time. So he has lived in Hawaii for 2 years. Examples, 10 minutes, 2 hours. How long? 5 days, 6 weeks. For example, there are many examples. 6 months, 30 years. I'm going to help you with pronunciation. One of the most difficult pronunciation words for students is months. Months. If it's difficult for you to say months because your tongue goes behind your teeth, say it like this, months, months. Don't write it like that. I will be not a happy teacher. Don't write this. But for pronunciation, just say months. No one can hear the difference. It's actually months, but don't worry. So these are words that 6 months, 30 years, we use for mean length of time. So let's look. He has lived in Hawaii for 2 years. That tells you how much time, how long. They have jumped on the trampoline for 2 hours. It's now 10 a.m. 2 hours ago was 8 a.m. Jump, 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 jump. For 2 hours. It is now 2021. I moved to Hawaii. Oh, he moved to Hawaii. I would love to move to Hawaii. He moved to Hawaii in 2019. He has lived in Hawaii for, live, 2 years. For 2 years. I have stood here for 10 minutes. I have worked at NESE for 30 years. So for tells us the length of time, how long. Let's press the arrow. Let's do some more. That you can say for 2 years for length of time and since for the specific time. Let me explain. So, he has lived in Hawaii for 2 years. You could say he has lived in Hawaii since with a specific time. It's the same. It doesn't matter. Since 2019. For 2 years is the same as since 2019. It doesn't matter which one you use. You decide. It is the same. They have jumped on the trampoline for 2 hours or since 8 a.m. Not since, since. So here's some examples of the specific time. 2019, 8 a.m., March, June 24th, or last night. There's specific moments. You're describing the moment where the event started. It started in 2019. That's 2 years. So since 2019, since 8 a.m. It's the same. You can say for or since. But for is the length of time and since is the specific mention. But the time, it's still, even if you use for or since, started in the past, live in Hawaii, 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 live in Hawaii. It continues all the way. Started in the past, continues to now. Let's look at the next slide. Okay, let's look at some more examples. I have, it's always the same. I have taught English since 1990. I have taught English for 31 years. Started in the past, since 1990, or your decision for 31 years, and I'm a teacher, 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 until now. Started in the past and continues until now. So we use the present perfect, and you can use since or for. You decide. You decide. You have gone. Do you remember in the shower? Go, went, gone. You have gone to that school since 2012. 2012 for 9 years. You have gone to that school for 9 years. It's exactly the same. You started at the school, 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 school. It doesn't make a difference if you say since 2012 or for 9 years. You decide. He has known in the shower. Know, knew, known. He has known his friend since last summer, or he has known his friend for 6 months. Friend, 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 friend. Started in the past, continues to now. I have studied Spain since, I have studied in Spain since March 14th, or I have studied in Spain for 6 weeks. Started in the past and continues to now. They're all the same. I'm just showing you that you can use since and a specific time, or you can use for and a length of time. You decide. Let's look at the next slide. So now we have finished the present perfect for events that started in the past and continue until now. We also use the present perfect for events that started in the past, continue to now, but we don't know when. They started in the past, but when? When did they take place? When did they occur? I don't know. Let's look. I have visited Brazil. So beautiful. Many times. When? I don't know. I'm not telling you. But many times. So here's now. Visited Brazil, visited Brazil, visited Brazil, visited Brazil. Started in the past, but we don't know when. We don't know when. We just know that I have visited Brazil many times. I have visited Brazil many times. I love Brazil. The horse, this is another example, has raced to go round and round and round the track. Has raced around the track 20 times. When? We don't know. We just know that it is before now. Before now. Okay? Let's continue. And it started in the past. But when? I don't know. So we're continuing with this one. I have visited Brazil many times, and there's the photo of the horses to help you see the grammar and the horses. The horse has raced around the track many times. In the past, before now, but we don't know when. Started in the past, before now, but we don't know when. 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There you go. 20 times before now. It started in the past, but we don't know when. And the time continues until now. But we don't know when. Before now. Let's continue. Here's some more examples to help you. I have taught English at that school. When? Before now. So between the past and now. We don't know when. We just know it started in the past, sometime in the past and now. We don't know when. I don't know when. So from the past to now. We don't know when. He has jogged. To jog is to run around that park many times. Before now. We don't know when. It started sometime in the past, and the time is until now, before now. But we don't know when. I am sure that you have seen her here before. Before is just before now. Sometime in the past, before now. Before now. Maybe in here. Before now. Started in the past, the time started in the past, and it is before now. But we don't know when, so we use the present perfect. She has already. The word already just makes before now a little stronger. It means before now. It just makes it a little stronger. I have already, before now, taken an aspirin. I have a headache. Ugh. So I took 2 hours ago, specific time in the past, I took an aspirin. Or I have already, before now, started in the past until this time now, I have taken an aspirin. Take, took, taken. In the shower. She has already, before now, spoken to him many times. In the past, before now, she has spoken to him many times. When? We don't know. Before now. The time started in the past, continued to now, but we don't know when. Before now. Recently. That's also before now, but not a long time before now. Just a little time before now. We have recently gone to that cinema. Here's now. So it's not a long time ago, just there, to the cinema. It is before now. We don't know when, but it is in the past. Before now, recently, a little bit before now. They have recently eaten in that restaurant. Before now, we don't know when, but the time is before now until now. We don't know when. So they have recently eaten. Eat, ate, eaten. Let's look at the next slide. The same. Want, wanted, wanted. Walk, walk, walked. Go, went, gone. Do, did, done. Be careful with this, the verb to be. On some lists, the simple form is be. The infinitive is to be, right? To be. So we cross out the to. Some lists will show be and some will show am is. The same. The simple form is has. Some lists will show has, have, and some will show just have. They're both correct. It doesn't matter. Am is, was, were, been. American pronunciation, been. British pronunciation, been. American pronunciation, been. It doesn't matter. I have lived in the United States and in England all my life in 2 countries, back and forth, back and forth. My English is half English, British English, half American English. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My English is perfect. And that's what's important. So has, have, had, all for the shower. In level 3, it is always the same. In the higher levels, you will see some exceptions. You ready to continue? Let's press the arrow. More examples to help you. I have always wanted to live in Paris. Have wanted. He has walked around Tokyo many times. We don't know when, we just know it's before now. I am sure that he has gone to his office. When? We don't know. We just know it's before now. He has done. Be careful. This is a confusing one for some students. Do, did, done. It's the same. Do, did, done. He has done his homework. He has been, or been, in more American pronunciation, in Boston for many years. Or they have been in Boston for many years. Don't forget to conjugate to have. I have had. It's the same. It's the same. If you do your shower homework, you won't make mistakes. He has done, he has been, he has had. It's the same. It's the same. Remember, it is always the same in level 3 and level 1 and level 2. It is the same. I have had a wonderful vacation. He has had a wonderful vacation. It's always the same. Do your shower homework. Learn those lists of irregular verbs. They can make you crazy, but language is like music. You say it again and again, and you have the music. Let's press that arrow. Oh, look what I just said. Let's continue. Well, if you're new to level 3, I'll read it to you. Students who have been with me in level 1 and 2 have heard this many, many times. I say, enough, Anna Shine. I know this. But maybe you are just joining us in level 3. Some advice for you. It is difficult to remember all the rules. It is. Language is like music. When you hear it enough, like a child. How does a child learn a language? They hear the music. They hear the language. They don't study grammar. They hear the music. Make a sentence that has meaning to you and take a long shower. Let's continue. I say this all the time. It's your turn. So go through these exercises and this page. There are 10 of them. Put the video on pause while you do them, and on the next slide, I will read them to you. It's for or since, okay? You did the exercises? And what do I always tell my students? Mistakes are not important, understanding is. So don't worry if you made a mistake. Go back and review it because you want eventually to get it correct. Not because mistakes are important, but you want to speak good English, don't you? You have gone to that school since 2012. You have gone to that school for 8 years. He has known his friend since last summer. He has known his friend for 6 months. I have taught English since 1990. How did you do on the first 5? So remember, since you start with a specific time, for is the length, how long, the duration. They're both correct. Let's press the arrow. Let's look at the last 5 you have. I have taught English for 30 years. For the how long? For 30 years. I have been here for 20 minutes. How long? I have lived in Boston since, with a specific time. It still started in the past and continued to now. Remember, if you can do this, it's present perfect. So since 1995, which is for 15 years, 20 years. I have worked hard since last year. So if you have a timeline, this is now. Last year is here. So it's since last year. This is a specific time. Specific time. It's the same. I have known, known in the shower, your mother for many years. For many years. The duration, how long? Many years. Hope you've got it, okay? Go back and review again if you can't. We've almost finished. A few fun idioms. My students from level 1 and 2 will remember that few means 3. Few means 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's look at them. A golden anniversary is celebrated when? A girl turns 16, maybe. B, someone turns 21, maybe. Or C, a couple has been married for 50 years. A golden anniversary is when a couple has been married for 50 years. A honeymoon, this is honey. This is honey. A honeymoon is a sandwich with honey and fruit. My mother loves that. A trip a couple takes after they get married. Or another word for a full moon, when the moon is in the sky and you can see the complete moon. Which one is it? Which one? Called a honeymoon. A honeymoon. A wedding is a party at a school, a difficult exam, or a ceremony during which a couple gets married. It's a ceremony when a couple gets married. So we have finished. We have finished the lesson. You have exercises to practice. And practice in the shower. Make sentences that have meaning for you. That is the way, like a child learns a language, that's how you will learn, by listening, and making sentences that have meaning to you. I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.